Everyone. Whoops. Let me start let's start the show off with the music. DM All right, we're gonna get going here in a second. We have okay. All right, we're gonna have a fun time tonight. Explosion, here it comes. All right. Did everybody hear me? Does everybody hear me? To see a stream. You're live and hey Freezer, how you doing? Do y'all hear me? Evening all. Okay, let me see what we got here. Advanced Fantasy Games. DM Greg is here. Valimar Cleaver. Mr. Rourke. Yo, Angelo. Inner City Games. Yeah, baby. Freezer's here. The DM and Friends says, do y'all hear me? Completely tired, Freezer says. Yep. Shellback View. Good to see you, man. Mr. Rourke. Loud and clear. All right. Well, I wanted to we have tonight, we have since it's OSE month here on BackerKit, we got Casey Christofferson, if I got his name right, from Parallel Dimension, and we're going to be talking about one of, hey Jen, how you doing? We're going to be talking about their submission to the BackerKit for OSE month. So we're going to get into that. And Casey's been on before, and this new project we're gonna dive into it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But I did want to do a couple little things first before I bring him on, and let me get the ticker going here on the bottom. There we go. Thank you for all your sports. All right, the Demon Friends, we love you all. I do. I love you all, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so this is our normal Monday night get up. Mondays and Thursdays, I generally have a special guest on. Those of you guys been watching, tonight Casey is on. This Thursday we got Mr. Barsh from Pace Center coming on, and then our Saturdays are our hangout sessions where kind of it's an all free for all. So you never know what's going to happen on Saturday, but it was Mega Dungeon month at BackerKits, and now it is, I think, OSE month. And Casey will talk more about that because he's the guru on that. So we're going to get him on here. But I did want to you got the UK1 module in the mail today. Great. Good. I know Mark got his too, Dreg. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that information. And I'll talk about more about some of the other guests that are coming on. We got some other ones next week too. But Bill Barsh will be here Thursday, and Casey's here tonight. I'm not sure what we're doing Saturday. Saturday is another hangout session that we'll just have some fun. Dreg won the BX module, not the BX module, the UK1 module, and Mark did too, so they received them. So yeah, awesome. Dan, the final arbiter, is here. All right, man. Thanks for jumping on. I did want to, before I brought Casey on, I did want to I'm going to start bringing up a couple announcements before we start, because then I forget about it. And I just want to do that really quick. Number one, I want to thank all you guys that are members now to the channel. We have 192 members, and I know we have a gifting frenzy last Saturday. So I wanted to thank you guys, and you know who you are that did that. And encourage you guys that are members now because of the gifting, or because you signed up and upgraded, because there was a bunch of people that did that too. I just wanted to encourage you to check out some of the members only behind the scenes stuff. There's not a lot, and I'm going to be adding a lot more, and there's going to be a lot more perks coming up for members. So we'll be doing that shortly. Let me bring up this graphic, but yeah, this is the, I wanted to give a shout out to all our members now, the lords, the superheroes and the heroes. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this community. It's definitely, it's awesome. And I am 100% in awe and, much appreciative of everybody being here. This community is just gonna keep growing and having a great time. And obviously, love you guys all. Also, before because I want to start every show out like this really quick, I want to also give a shout out for veterans. And I'll come over here. There we go. I'll try to bring this up because I firmly believe in what Agile Monk is doing here. He's worked out a deal with. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Just was brought a drink. Thank you so much. I believe what he's doing in what he's doing, and this is a really great deal for that he's doing with veterans. So I'll bring it up one more time later in the show. But yeah, if you guys know any veterans that can participate in this, email agilemonk@icloud.com, and I'll put that in the show notes or in the chat at some point tonight. But anyways, so that's really the quick notes that I have there that I wanted to bring up. And let me go to the chat really quick here. Inner City Games, Chris, I see you. Dre Sparky 6800. Evening, folks. Let me see. We got Mark the Shark. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Stephen Kennedy, he says, all right. What is your shirt, Angelo? My shirt is, I think I got this at a Morrissey concert. I've seen him probably 12 times, and I got this years ago. I don't remember which one, but yes, Morrissey shirt. All right, so let's bring on Casey. I appreciate all you guys being here, and like I said, I'm gonna bring this up one more time. And I'm gonna be doing, do the shout outs for those of you guys that have become members, and I mean, a whole bunch of you guys have upgraded your members or re-signed on after being gifted, and that's super cool, super cool. So there's a lot of really cool things coming up. I've been kind of digging in my mind about what I'm going to do with that, because I want to definitely, give back for all the support I've been getting from you guys for this. And one way that, we've been doing it now for a couple months, the very last Thursday of the month, I will be doing the drawing for this for all the members. And it's a play copy of B3. So it's highlighted in, but this will be mailed out to you. So the winner of this will be handled just like we've been doing the last couple. So this is the module for this month, is B3. So anyways, all right, let's bring on Casey. Where is he at? Same scene, Morrissey a lot. Drag, you have? Yeah, I've seen him so many times, dude. Let me see if I can control this correctly and get Casey on here. There he is. All right, I'm gonna put you on the top because you're the man of the hour. So, Casey, what's up? How are you? Thanks for coming back on, man.
Man, I'm not used to seeing myself in glasses, but I hit the age where I got to wear them again. So, but yeah, I'm doing good. My back's doing somewhat better. I still need to go get that all checked out, but it's doing better. Last time I was all curled up in a ball with like a heating pad on, I think.
Oh, man. Yeah.
But, no, I'm definitely.
What shirt are you wearing? I was just asked about my shirt. What do you got there?
This is the Nick Cage shirt from Mandy, right before he goes on his rampage.
I love it.
If
I
you
love
haven't
those
seen
style.
any,
Is it a jersey shirt? Yeah, it looks like it's.
yeah, it's a little longer sleeve. So I'm
Yeah.
in the basement studio spare room deal, so
Yeah.
it's a little warmer down here sometimes, or
Oh, okay.
colder.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If I'm in here, it's hot. When I first walk down here, it's like an ice box. So I'm kind of sliding up as we go here.
Dreg says, Casey, glad you came back on the show. Yeah, yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
thanks.
Thanks so much
Appreciate it.
for jumping on. I know we chatted a couple weeks back and
Yeah.
kind of planned this in conjunction of what Parallel Dimension Gaming's doing, and it's a big month for the OSE.
It's
on
a big
BackerKit.
month. Yeah. This happened for us. I believe Gavin, who I'm very grateful for, by having conceived this whole thing. Gavin over at Necrotic Gnome, he'd reached out to Jen and said, "Hey, we're doing this OSE month thing," and she passed it on to us, and we found out about it like early January, and so we've only been formed as a company for a couple months at the time, and I'm like, I think we can do this because I was working with Artem. Artem's just a fantastic fantasy artist. He's very cutting edge, which isn't always like OSE friendly, but it is because the way he works, he's very OSE minded, but he's brilliant artist. He's worked very hard. I've known him since he was like 14 years old. He was a student of mine, actually. And so I said, Artem, we've got an opportunity to do a little kind of a book, a project, something that's all based on demons and devils and hells and all the different evil, dark underworld stuff. And the Necrotic Gnomes folks, they gave us as much of the book as they had done to work from.
Got it.
Which was unheard of in my opinion. So I thought that was great. And to be invited into the collab, awesome. So Artem gave us all of these crazy sketches, and we started trying to decide and narrow down what product we were going to work on, because he and I have been planning on doing a book together for a long time, and it just the stars would never align. We were busy with something else. He's a full-time worker. I'm a full-time worker. It's sometimes it's hard to get all of that going. But when our crazies are working in the right direction, I'd be like, yeah, work on this one. Shared it with the rest of the team, shared it with Edwin and Jeff and Zach and Jen. And my daughter, she's always been anybody who knows North Texas knows she used to be a young, long-haired blonde running the halls, and now she's a purple-haired girl running the halls. So, purple-haired adult graduate from college running the halls.
Speaking of Jen, she's in the chat and said hello earlier. So
awesome.
It's awesome.
So we just really crushed it. I started writing on them, and I realized there's no way I'm ever going to get all of these done to the degree that I want them to be done.
Yeah.
So I reached out to my old friend Anthony Pryor. He's worked on all of the creature collections back in the day with the Sword and Sorcery Studios stuff. All of their I can't remember the name of the Fangs Fall was the name of their online chat. That's where I got discovered, I guess. But anyways, reached out to Anthony. He's like, yeah, I got nothing. Send me the stuff. I started sending him the stuff and the synopsis of what we want. He worked on a bunch of them. Levi Combs from Planet X Games. He had some ideas. He was kind of like, hey man, I could really, do some stuff. I want to help you out. I like working with you. So he came up with some. And then we ended up having a lot of work that needed to get finished, and I brought in a couple of other artists. We had Adrian Landeros. A lot of people know his stuff. He did a lot of stuff with Planet X Games. He did a lot of stuff with Frog Gods. He's got a real trippy, kind of dripping liquid style.
Yeah.
And Tuan Pham, who's another one who's just like a very, very precision artist, real solid fantasy artist. So it was awesome getting to bring all of these people together. We got Jeff has been working on the layouts and the edits. We've been playtesting them. What I want to tell people is it isn't just a monster book. It's 60 plus pages, between 60 and 70 pages, digest size. But it's about like the monsters themselves are more than just an encounter. They could be an NPC. There's encounters there. We have pre-written. Some of them have adventures. Some of them have other like play ideas. But it isn't like the old thing where you know how like an ogre is a 4th or 5th level fighter,
Sure.
and like a hill giant's like a 8th or 9th level fighter.
Yeah.
That kind of, they equate that way. Well, these are monsters that, because of their high intelligence and their different powers and abilities, they may not have a lot of hit points, but they have comparable abilities to, say, like a 6th level cleric, if it's a 5 or 6 hit dice demon or whatever. So it can use these spell-like powers and abilities. It has its resistances, but it has a lot of cool, they have a lot of cool ways to manipulate the party and really bring home that hell horror, you know, that dark vibe that they're putting out with their demonic grimoire. So,
you know, I'm liking a lot of the going through the Kickstarter, and you know, with your permission, we'll bring it up here. I like some of the there was one here that had the God, you sent me it where it looked like it was a demon with a barrel.
Yeah. So the Artem's like something like a
oh yeah, there it is. Iron Vestal.
Yeah. It's like an Iron Maiden.
Yeah, then, what the hell?
And then when but it's a devil. It's a devil.
Yeah, I mean, all these are in here. Demons are devils.
And my daughter says it should grab people, and then the inside spin around like like a washing machine.
That is freaking wicked, man.
Yeah. So it's a washing machine that washes its insides with blood. So yeah.
Oh my god. Let me pause for a minute and go to the chat really quick. There's a comment here from Valamar Cleaver. When you showed your shirt, he said, I thought he was going to say the shirt he wears when he eats frosted flakes. I thought that was funny.
Man, I miss those.
And Chris Carlton Webb, thanks so much for that. Yeah, God, I should have talked about that before earlier, but yeah, the DM masterclass that I just dropped, which I'm actually recording the next couple videos, tomorrow, and we'll be dropping them soon. Thanks for that. If you watched it and checked it out, I appreciate your comment there about that. That's really awesome. Yeah, I'm having fun doing that. And Chris, and also welcome to the show. There's a lot of, I'm digging the art. I really am. You got some interesting weapons in here. Do you want me to bring it up and kind of walk?
Yeah. Show the folks. Why don't we tell them the deal? If we can make our first stretch goal, which is like we're $100 away. If we can make the first stretch goal, we've got a video that we can give
that you'll bring out on this show. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, here's the QR code to the Dimension Delver's Guide to Demons and to Devils and Demons. I don't know why I was going to go say demon. I guess I got dyslexic there and flipped them. So this is where, you know, I'm you know what it is? I wrote it wrong. It's Demons and Devils on the. That's interesting. Anyway, so that was my dyslexia flipping it. Because on the side it's demons and anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. So you guys go to this, hit the QR code. It'll take you to BackerKit. And that is, let's if we can hit another $100. He gave me, I guess you guys cannot release it unless you hit the
right. Once we hit the goal. Because the goal after this one's pretty fun. We're pretty excited about the next goal.
You're literally 85 away.
Yeah, I just saw that. Somebody backed it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So you're 85 away. So I'll leave this up. You guys
awesome.
Don't
Thank
need
you.
To see me. Well, let's look at Casey, but I'll leave this up for a while. But yeah, so this is the project that he's doing right now. Tell me, oh, thanks for that, Chris. Yeah, you did all of it. 3 vids. Awesome. Yeah, 3 more coming soon. Just pledge. Dredge just pledge. Awesome. Blair Blur's in the house. All right. Blair Blur. Shellback View. Is this for OSC 1 or the upcoming OSC 2? That's a question for you, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be a question for Gavin and Necrotic Gnome. Ours is completely and fully compatible with the Demonic Grimoire, which they are releasing right now. So I assume anything that they would be releasing now would be compatible with whatever future editions or versions that they'd be coming out with.
Well, what changes were going to happen from OSC 1 to 2? I mean,
yeah, that I'm not familiar with, because like I said, we did this document straight from their new book. We followed all of their rules and guidelines that are from their new book for this one. So
got it. Yeah, it's funny. You know, I don't. You know, I've used. I was running Beckme for a while, and I was like, you know, like any of us, we're like, I'm going to expand some classes, you know, some characters and give some more kind of, some more stuff out there. And so I actually pulled a lot from OSE and how they, kind of did.
I do like the way their stuff is organized. It's
really organized very well.
Really nice. Yeah. Very, very straightforward. And it's to me, I can sit at the table with buddies of mine that we played together when we were like 8 to 10 years old. You know, after we just got done watching the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon or Thundar the Barbarian or whatever it was we watched after a sleepover, played Dark Tower until all the batteries in the house were dead. And we can sit right back at the table and be like 8 to 11-year-old kids again, like no problem.
Yeah. Back to the comments here. I do see this is actually really Chris. Cool. Blair says you're about to fry some chickens. Just killing time when I thaws. Well, I'd love some of that fried chicken.
I love fried chicken.
Yeah, I love it. Dreg just pledged. I do want to say thank you for that. That's awesome. I'll bring up the QR code really quick too. I can't do the same here, but I do also want to say I'm sure all necrotic homes are set on. Yeah, Dreg says I'm sure all new necrotic gnome books are coming out is set on the V2 line. Okay. Which I bet you there's not. I mean, knowing the OSR, man,
well, I think that the difference between version 1 and version 2 would be their new license, and that's about it.
Yeah. And Chris Charleston Webb said pledged Muse of the year. I want to say nurse of the year, but it's Muse of the year. Good evening and all. Cheers, Angelo. Thanks so much for jumping on, brother. Appreciate you seeing you here, man. Listen, why don't you get a refresh and see where we're at? And by the way, here's a QR code again, guys, for Dimension Delver's Guide to Demons. And I'm going to switch it because I'm OCD that way or whatever, because I did do it backwards. Demons and Devils. There we go. So now it should show up correctly as far as there we go. Demons and Devil. There we go. Let me do this one more time. So that's the QR code that'll bring you right to it, guys. So scan it and check it out. It's on BackerKit, right? BackerKit.
Yes, it's on BackerKit. It's part of the OSE month. There's a ton of really great products on the OSE month.
Dude, yeah.
I was looking and they brought on a lot of great people. We're actually all right now pulling for the Dinner with the Damned. It's a 0-level funnel adventure. We've had a look at it. We like it. It's so close to funding, and I just, we hope they make it too, because that would seal the set, and we get a new unlock as well. So that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, let's get this Dimension Delver's Guide first, our first stretch goal out of the way, because you guys you want to unlock the Zek. That's all I can say. Unlock the Zek.
Moose of the year, Merce of the year. Yeah. So I was correct. I was close. So you're the male nurse. I love it. Yeah. Nice. That's funny because I'm a first responder at the fire department, EMS also. And I was on a 24-hour shift yesterday, and we all medical calls, which is actually good-ish. I don't know. I guess it's better than a house on fire, right? So yeah. Anyways, So tell us a little bit more about Dimension Delvers. What exactly you're doing in it? What the plans are for it? As much as you can talk about, obviously.
Yeah, we got it's about right now right around 62-ish pages of digest size. So you get a monster. Not all of them, but most of them have a detailed encounter that goes along with it. For example, the Oracle of the Web. We thought that was funny. So, it's like a female drider that kind of controls things like puppets through her webs. But she can
Oracle
also,
the Web. Yeah, dude.
yeah.
That's I'm a big fan of the whole Loft Drider.
Right, but so like the
yeah.
dark elves would go to her to get wisdom on their next actions and what course of action or whatever, like as a quest giver. So if you're playing an evil quest, and as we all know, the dark elves like to it said right there in Vault of the Drow that they do what? They walk on shoulder to shoulder on equal terms with demons and devils of the hells and the abyss. So yeah, they were frequent visitors to their cities. And so there you go. So that's that.
I should bring these up while you're talking about it. Are you cool if I share the?
Yeah, please share the art.
Yeah. And okay, let me do that because you're talking about.
Oracle of the Web right there.
So you see us instead of.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the QR code off for a second so you guys can see the art. But this is on BackerKit right now, so go over there and check it out. I think you're. Yeah, pretty close to the stretch goal for the video that you are allowed to.
Pretty good video. Hopefully, y'all have seen the first one, and if you haven't, go check it out on our social media pages. We have a kind of a little video introducing the book that my wife and I put together with a lot of the art, some animation and stuff. It's fun. But yeah,
oh, go ahead. So I didn't mean to.
Oh no, yeah. That's the Oracle right there, and that's one of Artem's first pieces that he had finished early on. And I was like, we need to put this in this book because, like I said, he and I've been working on the monster product of some sort for a while now. So this kind of just. But yeah, we found out about the whole thing early January, but we also know a lot of heavy hitters who are really good writers, and we put the whole thing together. And I'm still kind of pecking away at parts of it myself. I'm getting ready to write up, hopefully, our $6,000 stretch goal, and looking forward to that. But so you got your Tormentors, who they've kind of got that Clive Barker vibe to them. That kind of got that bisected brains, so they don't have their inhibitions or any surface thoughts anymore, other than the murder. Yeah. Firebrand.
Go back to the Oracle of the Web. I want to hear a little bit more about that.
Okay, so she can, with her webs, she can control her victims and like zombies through her webs. So she kind of like and one of the ideas, it's not the one. It's one of the ideas would be like if it was living in your basement, it would puppet your family members through the chimney and through the stuff like that. So but yeah, they have a little bit of future seeing, a little bit of that sort of thing. And it's just, Oracle. So they get some extra bonuses to armor class and saving throws because they can see it coming, that kind of deal.
That makes a lot of sense. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I like to try and tie its abilities to what it would have as much as possible, right? Like when like a puppet master, absolutely a puppet master. That was
nice. That's a good way to put it. So what about the Iron
Vestal? That would be on I believe it's called Carcerus, which is the prison level of prison hell from the Necrotic Gnomes grimoire. And so these might pop up into the mortal world in like your torture chambers and evil dungeons and evil lairs and things like that. Perhaps unbeknownst to the owner of the castle, so you've got some evil overlord might not know that an Iron Vestal has taken up residence in its secret lair, because the ultimate goal for the Iron Vestal would be to get the torturer inside of it. So
got it. And that was one of the first things that I saw that just kind of that's actually a really crazy. Like, who the hell thought of this?
Yeah. And then my daughter's like, for its ability, the insight, she's been playing since she was a small child, and Yeah, Matt Finch has killed her character probably 10 or 15 times in a row, and she kept coming back. So, you know, play until one sticks, right? That's how it goes with the old school games.
Yeah. Hell
She
yeah.
says, I want the bottom to spin like a washing machine with the blades on the inside, so that anybody who gets tossed in gets basically blended while they're on their trip.
Like a walking Iron Maiden type of.
Yeah. And then she tries to grab you with the one hand and slam you inside, bonk you over the other, with the flail to knock you stupid, so that you're easier to fit inside of her. So yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty wicked. And then you talked about the Tormentor a little bit, and then you got the Firebrand.
Firebrand Imps. Imps are the kind of things that your more powerful demons use them as cannon fodder. They use them as gophers. The everything. And these guys, if they can brand you, they can brand curses onto you, that sort of thing. So
got it.
Yeah. And they, when they're not, they actually heat their branding iron with the torch on top of their head as well. So that's
yeah,
wild stuff. Then we got a couple of pieces right here. These are by Adrian Landeros. Like I said, he did the covers for Mummy Queen and the Skullcano Island, and a bunch of covers for some other people in the day. So the axe is actually Axe of the Savage Lands, that would be given to you by the Lord of the Savage Lands, because it's actually made out of a demon. All of these weapons are made out of other demons. And so they crave, like that demon angered the Lord of the Savage Lands, so he turned him into an axe, and then he passes him out to people to cause more chaos and destruction. So,
wow. How do you pronounce and how do you pronounce that again? That's
it's Arnaxul.
Arnaxul, Axe of the Savage
Goth Razio.
And then okay, got it.
Goth Razio, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So wow, and then look at let me see, bonus backer. Wow. Okay. Offer during the Old School Essentials month, receive 4 free.
Yeah. Because after the dust settles on this whole funding campaign with BackerKit and the folks from Exalted Funeral, we're going to release a couple of brand new. We've got 4 brand new books that have all been written specifically for Shadow Dark. So we'll be going with that. We've got 2 forest adventures and 2 kind of neighborhood haunts, so we'll be putting those out after this. But man, we're super excited. We've got a great I'm so happy with the folks I work with. We've got some really, really cool products, and I'm excited for all you guys to get to know us. If you've bought our stuff before, some of the stuff is going to be familiar, but a lot of it is just going to be really new and fresh. Yeah. We've really, like Edwin's working on his Dungeon Survivor game, which you can use about any kind of RPG type game for, like any module adventure, anything you come up with. But he's got this kind of unique combat way that it works with a lot of exploding dice, where basically, it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun, and I've watched some people play, and it looks like a real hoot. And hopefully I'll get a chance. Hopefully I'll finally have time this summer to actually play it with him. So.
Well, you guys, there's a bunch of other. Wow. I mean, should we go through this? You want to go through the stretch goals too? And
we've got a lot of stuff. Actually, I'm not as familiar with it right now. I've been in it for so long,
Yeah.
So I
see it's Corplex, the Corpulex.
Corpulex, yeah. Corpulex. That is a real wild one. That one was developed, written up by Levi Combs.
Yeah, let me bring that bad boy up too. Let me share again. This is actually really, it's pretty crazy looking.
Yeah.
Okay, let me share one more time. There we go.
Levi is a master of creating a monster as trap if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oh yeah.
so these are the kind of creatures that could be summoned by these are one of the ones that are summoned potentially by the cults of the demon lords. So yeah, it's pretty gruesome. And
So
yeah,
here's a little look inside the book.
yeah.
Love the layout. And then there's a Temple of the Web. Oh, looks like it's kind of some adventure ideas in there. So
Yeah.
so not just kind of a monster manual-esque type of thing. There's
usually there's a layer or some kind of hook to use that monster in the adventure. That's why I'm so excited when we unlock the Zek. I'm really stoked for it because it's really fun. It's like a monster that in a group could gang up on you and beat you up. But as individuals, it may try to ingratiate itself into your party. I can help. Yeah. Because the idea is that Zek is Russian for prisoner, which some people know. Artem is of Russian descent, and so yeah, Zek means prisoner, and the idea was that the Zek is the spirit is comprised of spirits of traitors, prison snitches, and folks who abandon their post.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's probably an awful place, I imagine, for
Yeah. And they're also denizens of Carcerus, their prison, the prison hell. That the Cinder Hag, that's another one. Levi loves his hags. He's got a hag for all seasons, and that would be the one for, I believe, grass fire season. That's a Kansas joke. I live in Kansas, and we have grass fires is one of our seasons, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, we have the same thing here in Montana.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's been exceptionally dry and windy. So this is the cool part that they have going is if you back more than one of the books, Exalted Funeral is going to handle all the shipping. So we send our books to Exalted Funeral, and they're going to pack them all together. If you backed all of the products, if you backed the paper version of all of the products, they're binding them all up. They're sending them to you, and it's going to save you on all the shipping. Because as you all know, shipping and printing, that's the cost that is really gut punching our hobby empire right now. It's been difficult for a few years, and it's just
that's a really nice collab doing
it was a great opportunity, and we couldn't miss it, that's for sure.
Old school essentials month.
Heck yeah. Last month, a lot of my friends made a lot of money and did really well, and I'm very proud of all of them. We had Troll Lords; they did fantastic with their Castle Zadig, and it's Joe Goodman's the Castle White Rock.
Yeah. That was I don't know why this is coming out black. It's probably something on my end, but
and then
we're close here.
We're super close. It's all good though. We appreciate this. Every little bit makes it
super close. So and so for the OSC month, how many different projects are out there right now as far as
I want to say here, let me actually look. It's a pile. We've got getting to the I got to go to the main thing. Old School Essentials month. Here we go. I think we're almost there. You've got your their demonic grimoire. You've got. Let me just do this. I'm so professional.
Oh no, you're good. So guys, I'm also gonna throw the link to the BackerKit in the chat.
Here we go. So you've got the Black Spire Pact, you've got the Demonic Grimoire, you've got Hell Crawl, which is a big like 100-page death crawl, hex crawl. in one of the realms. Dinner with the Damned, they're really close. We've got the Emporium of the Damned, which is like a shop, I guess. They got a lot going on there. It's like a city. They've got an adventure called the Ooze, Mildew and Silver. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus. Yeah.
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 So what? And I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot here, but when you game and when you run games, are you an old school essentials guy? Is that what you?
You know what? I'm very flexible. I've played. When you had Steven here at the last time, it was funny because he's played in a game with me where I've just miscombobulated all of the rules from every different game all in one table session.
Yeah.
So, I like. Yeah, I like.
That's kind of like what we do, you know. I mean, you've been gaming for a long time, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's been 81 for me, so I imagine you're around there or a little bit earlier or left or whatever.
I want to say, what was the? And I always feel like an idiot. The blue box.
The
with the red dragon on the cover and the archer and the wizard.
You're talking about Holmes?
The Holmes set. Holmes set was the first one I played. And there's the little mini adventure. It's like not even a whole dungeon in there. And I got killed about 2 or 3 times in that. I played on the front porch of my neighbor's house with the neighbor's son, who was, I don't know, probably 7, 8 years older than me. But he saw me. We had like a Saturday craft day at my elementary school, which was right across the street, and they gave the kids like as much. That's the one, Sutherland's Red Dragon. Yep, but it's the home set, I believe. And so he saw me making this dragon out of clay, and I think I was in between kindergarten and first grade, maybe first and second grade. I was real little, and he's like, oh, that reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons. My brother gave me Dungeons and Dragons for Christmas. And so like that summer, I asked him about it. What's this Dungeons and Dragons? He showed me the book. I was blown away by the art, blown away by the stuff, because it was all the things I liked. And so we played on his front porch, and that was the first time I played when I was little. And then a few years later, Cub Scouts, the dad who ran our Cub Scout group, he DM'd us and a bunch of stuff. And then after, I don't know, about 5 or 6 sessions, I want to say it was because the guy and his wife were having a divorce. He basically hands me the book and he goes, here, man, you DM. And I've been
that's the best way.
Like 8 or 9 years old. So that'd be 79 or 80 since, yeah. With that, and that's starting DM and playing. I was probably only 7. Yeah.
Did you guys ever? So in that era, that's when that's when AD&D probably was big and just came out too.
It was coming out. Yeah. And it seemed very fast that they went from like the Sutherland covers to the Easily covers. To me, but you know, everything goes fast when you're a kid, right?
Yeah.
It seemed like you just had those books and then these new books. Is there anything new in these books?
Yeah.
No. Do I still want these books? Yeah. So, you know. But
Jack Martin, thanks for jumping on, man. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Looks like you're viewing from Facebook. Yep, there you are. Yeah. When the monster manuals came out, and I think that was the first, you know, to the topic of and by the way, we're talking about the Dimension Delver's Guide to Demons and Devils, which is on BackerKit right now for OSE month, and Casey's directly involved in this, so we're talking about it. I was just gonna ask you. I mean, when like the monster manual came out, that was one of the things that kind of intrigued me. You know, it also caused a lot of panic too in the 80s, you know, where you have Asmodeus in there and you have
that's the funny thing with, I don't know, my family's kind of different. It's now my aunt, she was very religious, and she was like, Mom, you can't be letting him get this stuff. There's devils and naked breasts and stuff in there and all of this kind of thing. And
thank God, huh?
And my grandma's like, do you know he reads it like she'd be like, do you know he reads it like a 10th grade level and he's only in 4th grade?
Yeah.
It's probably because of those books, so don't worry about it.
But I think this was and I don't remember if any of the early dragons before the Monster Manual came out or anything in because nothing, I don't think there was anything else. Maybe an OD&D, no, not an OD&D either. But this was our first kind of our first kind of representation of the 9 hells and their rulers and then you got before that you got all the different crazy demons that were in there, Orcus and Ubelix and all the different type demons. I mean, those always just intrigued me for some, it was like, whoa,
And I was really big into Arthurian legends and stuff. So when I found the deities and demigods and it had all the King Arthur and all of his knights, the Round Table and all of those in it. Oh, and I believe I actually may have had Fiend Folio before I had the original. I might have had it before the Monster Manual because I had the paper basic set, because the neighbor kid, he ended up and gave it to me. He's like, man, you really dig this more than I do. So here, I want you to have it. So I got that set given to me, and that's the one we played on for the longest time. So
yeah, this was something that always, because I'm a big fan of knights and paladins and
that picture in the corner, I copied that. I don't know how many times I redrew that picture in the corner right there.
Which one? Over here?
Yeah. No, down there, the one with where they're with the swords on horseback. When I was a kid, that's one of the things that taught me how to draw horses. Actually, was redrawing stuff out of that book.
God, who drew this too? Who did it? Oh, that was that's
Drag, 100% mind blowing as a child.
And that's
Absolutely.
Jeff D.
Yeah.
That's Jeff D that did that. I didn't. I've never even really looked at it close to know
his line and ink work is.
I've seen this picture a million times, but
his line and ink
1980, Jeff D. Which that's super. I was always super intrigued by the just all the characters in there because you grow up and see all the different King Arthur, Lancelot.
And you read Arthur and you find out about his scabbard that keeps him from bleeding. It makes him immune to bleeding and immune to.
And then they stat it out in there. Yeah.
And so I went back and later on in life I read the Mort d'Arthur, and Merlin scolds the crap out of Arthur for losing the scabbard because it's the most important thing. It's worth more than 100 of those swords. It'll keep you assassinated, you idiot. Yeah. He's like,
Matthew Sherman, hey man, thanks for jumping by. I know you catch it on the rewatch. But yeah, dude, thanks so much. Good to see you, dude. We do have a question here. Dan also says Gary's AD&D DMG is why I was reading at college level. Yeah, in grade school. Probably going to need to make my daughter read it. Dude, I read the crap out of these books. I mean, I'd fall asleep with the DMG, and then I'd have to go and we had, when I was growing up, we had the I don't know if you guys remember the Encyclopedia Britannicas, the big encyclopedias that were probably a whole couple, 2 shelves. And so I'd go and look up and there'd be a dictionary in there and I'd go look up words from Gary, obviously.
All the read these from the appendix. I went after reading the Cthulhu stuff in that book, went to the public library, checked out they had a collection of H.P. Lovecraft stuff, and then another.
Oh man, I read H.P. Lovecraft because of that. Yeah, 100%. Right. Yeah.
And there was another one that was a collection of. It was August Derleth had gotten a bunch of contemporary horror writers to write short stories in the style of Lovecraft, and that was one of my first times reading anything by Stephen King.
Yeah.
And I can't ever remember Crouch End, the story Crouch End. Ooh, that's still one of his best stories, in my opinion.
Oh, from Stephen King.
Yeah, the Crouch End. That's where the family gets lost in London, and they end up passing through to the other side. I've always been fascinated by that stuff. That's one of the reasons we're parallel dimension gaming. I'm really fascinated with that alternate universe, alternate dimension, those thin spaces where you pass from one side into the other, and you may end up lost there, or you may just pass through the bubble for a little while, and it's like, that was weird. Must have been something I ate, right?
Yeah.
That's I love all that stuff. And you talk to people and you learn.
The whole dimension and gate aspect of D&D has always intrigued me too. Like just the dimension stuff. I don't know if that's the same as, it's like in Q1 where you go on that last level and there's all these different worlds. I don't know if you consider those are more gates than anything, right? Yeah. To me, I guess they could be considered dimensions or gates or to other worlds or
the pocket worlds and all of that stuff too.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's
we do have a question. I don't want to lose it because the chat's starting to roll here. Dreg said, let me see. Someone asked what the level's at right now. If you wanted to check,
we have $40 to go.
$40 to go. I'll put the QR code up here. The reason why he's even mentioning $40 more is we have a video that cannot be played. I have it here. And not to,
no pressure.
No pressure. It was just
pressure.
You can't put it out until
I can't put it out until we get the $4,000 goal, but no pressure.
Yeah.
No, and honestly, we do appreciate every single backer. We really don't. We believe strongly in this product, and we know you're going to be pretty happy with what you get.
So yeah, that's the QR code, guys. That'll take you to the BackerKit for this, and you can check it out yourselves. And we'll probably come back to it soon here. Let me get to some of the comments here. Yeah, Dan said, that about Gary's and loving the books. And that's something that that's us as old school players will cherish those books up on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because of various things, and that is one of them too. It's just the fact that we learned really how to read because of them. I mean, I can double click on that. Shellback View says, I just backed a bunch of OSE month stuff. I now want to run the Doom Guy party through hell, as the gates of hell shall not prevail.
I love it.
Shellback, you said I had the software for Encyclopedia Britannica on Windows 95. Yeah, we had the hard books, and these things were literally.
Thanks, Dan.
They were this thick. They were bigger than, you got to put probably 4 or 5 of these together, and I feel like they were even heavier too. And there'd be I don't know, 28 of them, 30 of them, maybe. I don't know. It was crazy. It was way before the internet, and yeah, I remember looking up. God, I was really into the mythology, you know what I mean? And so you go in there and you talk about that, or ancient Greece, or just things like that. So it's just a great wealth of I remember the Encyclopedia Britannica on Windows on CD though. That's pretty cool. Same here. Our kid is 5 and reads RPG material, punches well through his weight. That's awesome. That's awesome, Chris. My Shellback says my 4-year-old is all about Dr. Yellow and other. That's awesome. I think Shellback is in Japan. Dr. Yellow is the yellow bullet train used to diagnose and test maintenance high-speed rails. Oh, that's funny. 1 books and material will definitely increase the youngsters' vocabulary. Yeah. Sure. Dan said that back to day one, back basically everything y'all did during the FGG days for S&W, and also love OSC. So it was a no-brainer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shellback says G.A. Henty's historical fiction novels did wonders to elevating my reading level. Yeah. Yep. Very, very cool. Yeah. So yeah, back in those kind of early-ish days, kind of talking about the Monster Manual, and this specific Kickstarter BackerKit. And that's funny that BackerKit has done. They did the Mega Dungeon month. Now they're doing the OSE month, and then what? I wonder what else. I haven't really looked, but I'm sure that that's pretty cool that they're doing themed stuff.
Well, I think they saw a market where Kickstarter didn't necessarily see the same market. Kickstarter's about like the Super Troopers guys going and making another movie and getting their fans to prepay for the movie. They're dealing in multi-millions of dollars worth of stuff, and I mean they're definitely like this. The Dungeon Crawler Carl, the elephant in the room, right? It's it's taken everything by storm. My librarian at work, she talks about it all the time, and she's real excited and about the whole Dungeon Crawler Carl everything, and I'm like, yeah, cool. And it's great, but it's like, man, I've been doing this for years. It's like,
forgive my ignorance, but what is that? And maybe some of us don't know.
They're novels that basically the vibe I get is it's sort of like do you remember Stainless Steel Rat, stuff like that? Harry Harrison. Okay. What about the Myth Adventures?
Oh yeah.
Robert Ashburn. It's think of that as in today terms.
Okay.
So written, that's the vibe I've gotten off of them. It's
Lit RPG feels too linear, he says. I'm God, if I could hit, and I post this a lot on my Facebook, these videos that come up, if you could go back to the 80s, would you do it? Of course I would. Of course I would. Man, what a time to game too. I mean, there's I will say sometimes right now, and that's why I play the books here. I mean, I'm familiar with it, number one. I know like the back of my hand, but there's so many other cool retro. I don't even know how you classify OSE, old school essentials. I mean, because it's is it considered a retro clone? Is it considered
it's by
its a BX clone ish, but
by its own name. I mean, old school essentials. It's old school, It's very much super cleaned up rules. And they went and gathered a bunch of the stuff that, the basic game didn't have in it, which the basic game kind of shied away from a lot of the demons and devils and all of that kind of stuff. And even, they went and grabbed a bunch of the character classes that popped up in Unearthed Arcana and that kind of thing. But it's all seems very balanced. It's more balanced than I think a lot of the other games, and that has its pluses and minuses, of course. Some people like you roll your straight stats and you get the character that you get, and we talked about that last time, and it's like that's great and it's fun, but you're just going to keep rolling until you get a character that sticks at some point, right? Somebody's going to survive and other people don't, and it's
Dan, OSE Advanced is something more. Yeah, it's funny. I talked about it earlier when I was running a lot of BECME. I pulled in a lot of the I guess they're considered classes, right? From OSE, because I would made a half orc, you know what I mean? Because in BECME there's if I'm correct, BX I don't think there's a half orc, right? And in Cavalier class, I had an acrobat class, kind of a lot of it was in AD&D or different, I had a bounty hunter class I made, for my BECME campaigns. And I love that. Well, and for me, because I'm a pretty simple dude, right? I can run any OSE, Talarian's system, Hyperboreus. I can run any single one of those systems in any old school system, which is awesome. You know what I mean? If I think up to, I kind of make that cutoff right there at second edition AD&D. Anything below, and I kind of consider all these. They're just so compatible, which is so great. Nobody went off the rails. You know what I mean? you can bring in an adventure with having to do math and convert or figure out what the CR is, and that's you know what I mean. Yeah, it's all old school, man. It's all old school gaming and so compatible with all the systems. I love it.
And it's like that's kind of one of the drawbacks to a lot of the third edition and on is not that they're not fun to play, and not that they weren't great at introducing a lot of new players to the game, and it was definitely aiming for an audience that was already kind of enriched by the video game experience.
Yeah.
So they're used to having characters that do a bit more.
Yeah.
And
feats and all that stuff. And
and that's what that was all about. That was heavily fleshed out by the video game generation, and there are generational differences, but I do find that the best way for me to explain it to the video game kids of today is using the different Souls games like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all of that is you love those games, right? And they're like, oh yeah, there's a certain subset of these kids, they love that challenge, they love that grind, they love having to absolutely perfect their little thumb moves and trigger pushes and all that stuff to beat whatever this particular monster is, which is considered impossible to defeat. And that's where they get their joy, their challenge from. And so I'll say to them, when I offer them an opportunity to play old school essentials, Castles and Crusades, Swords and Wizardry, any of those kind of games, hey, do you want to feel that challenge in a D&D game? And they go, well, what do you mean? And I was like, well, if you play these older games, there is an uncertainty of death that lingers about your character. Whereas you don't have death saves, you don't have any of those extraneous rolls. You go below the 0 hit points and you are dead, daddy-o. And they kind of go, tell me more. And I think that's why we see a lot of these we see this wave, this old school basic AD&D, that kind of resurgence into the gaming community, because for one, they're not fools. They've seen how Wizards of the Coast has started to even treat its own fans.
Yeah.
And I don't like to put them on blast. For years, I avoided that like the plague. But after the shenanigans they pulled over the last 5 years or whatever, it's like I can't even explain it away anymore. It's like it's when there's quotes from executives saying something to the effect that the fan is an impediment between the company and the fan's money. That's gross. That grosses me out. So.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that didn't sit well with me too.
So people are finding their alternatives, and they're discovering a lot of great games, and it's allowed people who are creative and had been maybe on the sidelines to step ahead and go, hey, maybe I can do this, which is a great segue to my company, Parallel Dimension Gaming. We're here to offer you the opportunity. We can help you develop your book. We've got the editors, art director. We got myself personally in publishing, over 24 years of experience in publishing and writing adventures and content for books. So I can help you make your adventure better. I can help you make your rule set better. Edwin, he's a wizard with the numbers. He's great with all of the stats and coming up with things and finding stuff that's maybe broken in your game that you didn't notice. So you want to develop the game, we have a system in place to help you achieve that. If we just if all we do is the editing and the art direction and the that kind of thing, and get you your packet ready to go to the printer, and you do whatever you want with the book after that, if that's what you want to do, that's something that we're willing to do with you.
Oh my God, I just swallowed wrong.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind, John.
Woo!
Irish Viking, we got you.
Woo! I guess I got excited there. Yeah, Irish Viking. I haven't seen you before, but welcome, man. Good to see you. He says that you're describing fight pressure, Casey. Shellback says probably just me getting old. Then Chris Carlton says gaming was easier before internet because you didn't have all the books yet. You naturally didn't get bogged down with additional table lookups. Yeah, but nowadays people know there's a stat for everything. Yeah. I kind of feel there's a little information overload at times. Mark says my last couple of computer games I played were Panzer General Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe and Civ 3 for LOL. Iris says I have a book. Hook up with
go to our website paralleldimensiongaming.com and click on the links. Yeah, definitely everybody, if you're not already following all of our socials and your social media people, some of you are, some of you not, absolutely follow all of our socials. We're on X, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and we've got a Discord channel. So we got all the things.
It's Carol. It's Parallel Dimension. Let me put the URL in here. ParallelDimensionGames.com. Gaming.com. Thank God I didn't hit enter, man.
Because we're all about all the games. We love all the games.
Yep. Amen. ParallelDimensionGaming.com. Let me make sure I put that in correctly. Okay, I did. There. All right. Well, it's forever there now.
John's good. Yeah, I like the question, John. I'll get after that. It's hard to pick a favorite because a lot of them are like your kids. You know, I've had some books that I've been very proud of that didn't necessarily, financial break the bank, but I was pleased with how every bit of it turned out. One of them would be the Haunted Highlands saga that I worked on for a long time over there with Troll Lord Games. I helped them a lot with the Castle Keeper's Guide. I'm really proud of that because the Castles and Crusades just keeps going strong, and I'm really proud of them for the direction that they've taken. So I'm proud of those. City of Brass and Bard's Gate that I did with Necro and Frog God. Those I'm super proud of, But I'm also some of the smaller stuff that we got coming out now that'll be coming out. This particular book is kind of one of the first times where I've been able to sit back and instead of having to write the whole thing myself, to be able to be a developmental lead and go hire other people whose work I admire to come in and do stuff. That's really cool.
Dreg says, and thanks for this comment, Dreg. If you ever get a hold of Casey's books or thinking of acquiring one, especially check out his Castle and Crusades and Swords and Wizardry works, maybe even some of the D20 stuff. If you saw how many he did, you'd be shocked.
you could say I have a long white hair in my beard for everyone I worked on.
Everyone. Let me Brass Monkey is here. Hey, man. He says the internet smacked gaming in the guts. Yeah. I think the internet smacked everything in the guts. Irish Viking said, I have something I've been working on called A Most Disgusting Adventure. All right.
Send us what you got, man. We'll see what's up.
Hook up with Casey for sure, man.
No, that's not so. You're actually helping us because that's exactly the kind of thing that we want to do. We've got tons of our own ideas. We've also got idle hands. So
John Miller philosophy. Welcome. He says, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have your City of Brass module.
The Swords and Wizardry version of City of Brass is one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. The presentation and how it's the editing, the layout, everything is I was very pleased with how that one came out. There's usually something kind of broke in just about everything you release, no matter how hard you try to look at every single angle and pick every nit and edit every word and all of that kind of stuff. And that book is pretty immaculate. So
yeah, Irish Viking, don't worry about it. Your comments
welcome.
About that is directly talking to Casey. So I really hope you guys connect. Yeah, that's a really cool, man. Yeah, good luck for you to you, Irish. Love it. Dreg's got his comment for you. He says Casey is the HPL of TTRPGs. In the next 7 years, 6,000. I can't even pronounce. What is that?
Pastiches. Yeah.
Will be created in his style. I'm looking forward to hundreds more, Casey, and thousands more after.
Well, I appreciate
it. Agile says you made it. Angelo, long work day today, man. Glad you're here, buddy. We all love you, man. We all love you. Thank you so much for jumping on.
Thanks,
it's great to see you here. He says, Agile says, Mark says, glad you made it, Agile. I am too. I'm glad you made it, dude. Irish Viking says, currently I decided to lay out all the original Gygax models, start with the Temple of lay out all of the original Gygax modules, starting with Hommlet and Temple of Elemental Evil. What do you mean you lay them out? Lay out all? Lay them out like in front of you? Okay. That's awesome. Sparky. Yeah, I just so happen to have a temple right next to me over here. I love that. Speaking of the Temple Elemental, have you ever ran in it or ran it?
We played through quite a few parts of it. I don't know that we ever made it all the way through to anything major. That may have been one of the times where the party retreated.
Yeah.
There are some dungeons that people get into, and after they've, Rust monsters have destroyed this XYZ item that they covet and crave, or, this character bites the dust too many times because they keep failing on their trap roll. They eventually are like, greener pastures are elsewhere had, and that does happen. And that is definitely a part of old school gaming for sure, is you learn to retreat and fight another day. When you're sitting with a group of players who've never played before and it's an old school game, and they're like, iron spikes and a hammer, what do I need those for?
Oh yeah. I don't know. It's funny you bring that up. I don't know if you've watched the last couple of series of videos. I did one a couple of weeks back that was, why do old school players carry all this weird equipment? And it was such a great response for it because, I talked about exactly what you're saying. Spikes and mirrors and chalk and 10-foot pole. And so I decided, well, you know what, I'll do a deep dive and talk more about them. And so tomorrow, the video that comes out tomorrow is about chalk and the different uses of it. Because and I don't like to harp on this, but it's not a mechanic of the game where it was back in the day for us, because we didn't have a role where we came into the room and you found everything. So you had to think outside of the box about and use things. So you carried weird things to today's standards. And chalk, what would you use chalk for? Well, because I make my players map, they better put an arrow on the wall, because the chances are they're mapping and they're going to get lost. You know what I mean? So they better. And there's all kinds of other reasons to have chalk too. I mean, but yeah, that's funny you bring that up, because that's a, an OSE and Swords and Wizardry and AD&D and BX and OD&D and all the old school stuff that because we don't have a mechanic to just go in and get a roll and find everything in the room right out the gate. I had to get that pole. I'm not gonna generally use my sword even though you can poke around to find the secret door or to find the writing on whatever. You're gonna you know what I mean? You're gonna be doing that. You're gonna And I make my players do that. Like, oh, I'm going to search the room. Okay, well, where? Okay, Bard's going to go over here. Cleric's going to go over here, and blah blah blah. And, how are you doing that? I know it gets a little anal, but I think that's part of the fun.
So,
we're probably getting a whole bunch of crazy. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Brass is getting you, man. I can't grow my hair long like that. It's so fine. I walk around looking like Albert Einstein.
Yeah,
it stands up and
it's eggs, man. Eat your eggs, take your vitamins. It's working for me. So
yeah. I'm a guy who complained in your comment section about the ridiculousness of a 10-foot pole in the cave. Yeah. It poses a problem, man. If you have a small area, how are you going to get that 10-foot pole in there?
Tight turns. Yeah.
Maybe you got to break it in half and use some.
My favorite 10-foot pole story is actually a true story that my dad and my uncle tell about the time. This would be my dad's older brother. He was gonna show him how to pole vault by pole vaulting over the clothesline in the backyard of the old farmhouse. And
I love it.
Pole broke and he broke his shoulder.
Oh man.
It's like, so of course my dad, who's like 8 years younger, so is that how you do it, Wally?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I think it's a somebody in here said, let me see. I believe Mark says, my early life experience with D&E greatly enhanced my problem solving skills. Yeah. It was kind of like along the topic that we were saying earlier. The fact of having those Gygaxian words and books Steven. That we love so much of. Yeah. Enhanced us in a lot of different ways. Steven, Clements, Casey, Angelo, my dudes. There he is. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Have
some Pusser's gunpowder strength for me.
There you go. Dreg says, hang on one second. Let me send this. Dreg says, I have a lot of should have used a 10-foot pole stories and some other shouldn't have brought a 10-foot pole stories. Agile says, me, Angelo, I use an 11-foot pole as I like to have an extra foot. Irish Viking says, you're welcome. That was a response to Agile, I think. Alrighty, time for my pre-work nap. Good night, all. Gotta head to work in 2 hours and only got 4 hours, maybe last night. Shellback, I think it's what time is it over there right now? Shellback, I think he's in Japan. I think it's probably. Oh, wow. I want to say it's probably around noon over there. What time is it, Shellback? Yeah, so you guys, I want to bring up the Casey's latest project that he's doing is called the Dimension Delver's Guide to Demons and Devils. And he's actually, you guys are actually $40 away from your first.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is really good. You got 25 more days left, 151 backers. I'm really looking forward to this because it looks great. And who could not want more crazy monsters, not even monsters because they're not classified. I guess they're devils and demons.
Yeah.
In your game. So
these particular ones, most of them they've got a pretty elaborate shtick. So they're not necessarily unique, but they allow the game master to pose some unique problems for the players. You're not going to go fight like 20 iron vestals, but maybe you are because you make somebody mad. But yeah, it's they're really fun. Artem, I want to talk about him. I basically I gave him free reign to come up with as crazy ideas as he possibly could. He drew like 15 or so sketches, and we narrowed it down to like 10 or so of them. And then Levi brought along some ideas, and so we got some more of them made. So I want to say it's like 13 or 14 different beings, but it's over 64 pages digest size because there's a lot. They all have a lot of cool abilities and powers. They have a lot of unique style that they bring to the table. I'm really excited for people to get these in their hand, because as soon as they're looking at them, they're like, oh, I know how I'm going to use this. Or let's just say your players have a little FAFO moment, and ta-da, you've already got an encounter ready to roll right there to get them going. And these are encounters that may take a little bit of time to find your way through. So it's I had Anthony Pryor come up with several of those, and he's a master himself. There's a guy who I don't think gets nearly enough credit for the amount of game content he's produced over the years. His numbers are easily in the same ballpark, if not dwarfing mine. And he's just a prince of a guy to work with. So
yeah, that's awesome, man. Here's a question. I don't know if this is for us or everybody in the chat. I mean, I'm sure it says, do you guys warn your players that it's a good time to run when you realize as a DM the fight is going bad for them? I'll let you answer that one first, Casey, and then I'm going to answer it with a rant. So
I'm going to say it depends on the table, because
100%.
Younger kids may not necessarily, and by younger I mean some people just aren't. They become very emotionally attached to their character, become very emotionally attached to something about their character. Some say baby unicorn, pet rock sort of creature that they're running around with, if you know what I'm saying. That you might want to just say, hey, you might want to. That's where you use the DM term. Are you sure that's what you want to do?
Yeah.
But when I'm sitting at a table at a convention and everybody knows it's a con game, and that you're all there to have fun, and sometimes, and of course, people expect that somebody's going to get greased in an adventure, and they're looking forward to 100%. Possibly being the ones so that they can go out in some grand, an elaborate way and have fun with everybody, because that's part of the social contract of playing together at a convention and having a good time.
Yeah. I'm going to pin this. I'll come back to this for you, Advanced. I see that you answered for those of you guys that backed here. I'll answer. Yeah, that's great. I agree with you on that. Con versus, it's kind of a different style of play. For me as DM, and I have a campaign I run every Wednesday night, and Greyhawk campaign in first edition. I'm big on reaction for the monsters. I'm big on loyalty for the henchmen. I'm big on letting the dice tell the story. I'm not going to fudge dice rolls. I'm also very big on being a participant in the game and not an opponent. But I don't think I'm very good at, and this happened in the last session, because there was these creatures that, because you're players, we've all been playing for 40 plus years, right? They all know the monster manual from the inside and out, or they all know a module if I'm running that. So I change everything and I create my own stuff, right? So this monk jumps in the middle of these goons, right? And I was hoping in my mind they were heading out. They were trying to escape. And I was hoping they wouldn't stop here, because these creatures were horrible. And so he jumps right in the middle. He's a martial artist monk from Oral Adventures. He jumps right in the middle, and he misses, because these guys can't get hit by normal weapons. So that's number one. And number 2, they do energy drain. And so when that happened, I'm sure my face just went, oh God, did you really do that? So I guess that's a warning. But I won't tell them what to do. I lay out what's there, and they tell me what they're going to do, and I tell them what happens based on that. And that's true old school play. I don't kind of back off of that. But yes, I do. When they come into an encounter, I'll use reaction. Because monsters don't always want to fight to the death, unless you're undead or something like that. So I'm pretty big on that. So that's the answer to that. I hope that answered your question there. Go, man. The comments, I'm way behind here.
Sparky had something I wanted to comment on, and also Agile Monk, thanks for the comments. I appreciate that.
What was the one you wanted to?
Sparky said something about he had warned the folks going into the slaver stockade that the slavers knew they were coming.
Yes,
and I just wanted to say I am in print in my love for that module. So that's I wrote an article with Goodman for the Writing Adventures that don't suck about the just the Slave Lords campaign in general, but the stockade in particular. That boogeyman guy who lives inside the walls and will like yoink the hobgoblins in there. Oh my goodness, it's one of my favorite characters of all time. So,
this bad boy right here.
Yeah, is it a boggle? Is that what they call the ones that look like goblins? Yeah, those things were.
So that was the escape I was talking about. They're actually escaped A2. So that's where I ran them through that because kind of in a story arc so I used the stockade for that. So that's funny. Yeah, that's a great
that's a great zoom this in a little bit closer.
I'm sorry guys if I'm missing your comments here.
Yeah, someone asked about the picture here, so
check it out. Yeah, that's the man. Look at that. Let me make it bigger here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. I'll kind of tilt it in a little bit. We've got a Summerween art show happening here in Wichita, Kansas, and so I have about looks like 11 days to get the last finishing touches on this dude and a couple other ones that I'm taking along with me and putting them in the art show. So it's the theme is monsters and cryptids and all of that kind of stuff. And what better monster than old Cthulhu himself, right?
Yeah.
And, so I used the natural colors of actual octopi and deep sea creatures that have a lot more reds and blues and stuff in them than just straight green. I wasn't going to paint it green at all, but then I went back to the source material and he did indeed say it was somewhat greenish in hue. So now he's got this nice avocado belly right here, and that's but yeah,
can you bring it over to the side a little bit so we can? It's being kind of well. You know what? Let me see if I can move the chat. I can't do it.
Here, I'll scoot this way. There we go.
There we go.
I'll get it over here. I gotcha.
DM Greg is asking about that. I often use custom monsters. Yeah, John Miller, I agree with you, man. It's the best way to do it. Yeah, look at that. Oh man. Oh, I love the smoke coming off the ship there.
Yeah. They got the hole, and it's
very cool, dude. Yeah. Your left is right, right is left.
Everybody's getting seasick now.
Yeah, we are. I love it. Oh man.
Imagine
this is the boogeyman is freaking awesome. Yeah, he is. The boggle is I think it was the boggle for that. Yeah, we had a really good time in that module from our campaign. And at the end of the month, we're all going to get on. They're going to talk about escaping the stockade.
That whole series, all of that, one of my favorites of all time.
Oh man, super
plus
cool.
the giants, and then straight into the vault. That's the original I refer to it as the original. What do they call those? Big campaign, mega campaign deal.
Yeah.
Whatever that term was that one company coined a couple years ago. So
yeah, what was that? I know what you're talking about too. Yeah. Somebody, I'm sure Dreg will put it in the comments.
Adventure Path. The Adventure
Path. There you go.
It was the original Adventure Path.
Dragon Magazine did a bunch of cool Adventure Paths, if you remember that.
Yeah.
That was this is a really great. I want to, I see a bunch of you guys on here that I want to give shout outs to us for being members of the channel. So I put this together, and I did this at the beginning of the show, but I also want to bring it up again. But I see a lot of you guys on here, so I just want to give a shout out to all of our members of the channel. Last, I was, we got the lords and superheroes and heroes of the channel. I just want to just give you guys all a shout out. I'm not going to read everybody's name, but definitely just wanted to thank you guys all for being a part of this community, man. It's a lot of fun, really awesome. So thank you guys so much for just being here, talking to me and Casey tonight, and
absolutely
supporting Casey, 100% supporting Casey on his endeavors and supporting the DM and Friends.
Absolutely. It means a ton. This isn't just my art. All this stuff is my art, and I've been an artist my whole life and been able to, in some ways, shapes and forms, make a living at it. And it's a blessing in and of itself to be able to be a creative person in this world and be able to share your creativity and your creations with other folks, and then hear about their experiences. When people tell me about the games that I designed that they have played in, campaigns that they played in that I wrote, that's really awesome. And I'm super grateful to that. And it's hard to express that, other than through raw emotion.
Yeah. Very cool, dude. Very, very cool. Sorry if I missed some of the comments that started flooding in. I do want to bring this up. Stephen Clemens says, love that shirt, Casey. Well, Stephen, earlier we were talking about it, and he admitted that he wears that shirt every time, stand up there, that he eats Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes right here. long as I got my metformin and plenty of water.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
We're a men of a certain age and a certain diet profile during the 80s,
Yeah. What did you guys eat? Let me see here. Oh, okay. DM Greg just gifted 1 membership level hero. Thank you, dude, so much. DM Greg, Advanced Fantasy Games. Appreciate you. One of the coolest. One thing about this show, I will say this, and we'll jump back because I have a question for you, Casey. One thing about this show that I'm very grateful for is the people I've been meeting through this. Advanced Fantasy Games, DM Greg. He's I consider him a friend, and we talk quite a bit via text and phone, and that's. Sorry to point it out, DM Grave. It's not only you, but it's a couple other people. So.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. This community is fun, man. It's really fun. I love the gaming community, man.
It's a good group of people, and whenever I see people kind of getting into a little hissy tiff or whatever, I'll kind of reach out to them and say, listen, we're all going to be in the same convention hall together.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
Why make it uncomfortable for each other when it doesn't need to be that way? It's just games, and getting mad about all that is silly. And it's made a difference, I think, a lot of times. So.
Well, I mean, it's Viking says they're great. To double click on that too, and remind me, I had a question for you about food. One thing about this is yeah, you know, and most of the grudges and stuff that I hear about or have witnessed, it's from us, Gen X. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
dude, life's too short, man. Life's too
yeah.
short, man. It's there's no reason to get pissed at somebody because of, you know, just let that go and let's just game, man. Let's just grab our
Absolutely,
dice
absolutely.
and you know, and the thing too is, you know,
And that's one of the things everybody
collaborations
says.
out there that don't happen because of grudges. That could be
Yeah.
awesome. You know what I mean?
You know, that's to mention North Texas. That's one of the things that Doug and you know, Bad Mike really and Greg and all those guys really made it a point of like, listen, we're all here to have fun and play games.
Yeah, keep that crap out, man. Like,
absolutely, nobody cares about any of that right now. We're here to roll dice and have a good time. So,
no one of consequence. Good to see you, man. He says, greetings. Just wrapped up my weekly Monday night game. Oh, what did you play, man? Tell us. Thanks for jumping on, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, DM Grave, thanks for gifting that membership. It looks like Jeff Whitty Art got a free membership donated by you. So yeah, Jeff Whitty Art, if you're on and still here, check out some of the members only crazy stuff I throw out there, and just behind the scenes, just me messing around. So there'll be some other stuff coming later too. I'm working on some perks for you guys. So let me see. Steven is flexing off screen right now. I bet, dude. I bet you anything. Steven Clements is probably like looking at himself in the mirror and doing this. You know, like, are you? Tell us. That's a really cool idea for your Dimension Delver guide. It combines a bestiary and with an adventure anthology. Each monster gets its own mini module. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
more or less. They definitely have extra flair, extra flavor. Everything's got some extra flavor. Some of them are designed to be NPCs to kind of infiltrate the party, join you, travel along, steal your stuff.
Well, you have this one on the BackerKit, you know, the Oracle of the Web, and there's a blurb, like it looks like maybe a 1-page dungeon almost.
It's actually that one's one of the longer dungeons. So yeah, there are some 2 or 3 page adventures for sure. You know, maybe even 4. So yeah, it's a full book and new spells, magic items.
Yeah, we went over some of the magic items earlier.
Yeah. And
there's cool.
there's one more. It's a secret magic item. I'm holding that one. So
yeah. You know, I really dig the, you know, and I don't want to walk away and because there's another creator, and not to take anything, you know, because we just talk about stuff here. You know what I mean? There's a guy who I think his first name is Todd, and I want to talk about it, get in monitor, but I've been backing his stuff. He does a BX bestiary, and he's doing volume 1, 2, and I think 3 is. Do you know who I'm talking about? Okay, well, anyways, I love that all the different monsters because it's
right.
Like I can't. It's easy to be narrow-minded and only use from the monster manual, and you know, and the MM2, and you know. Folio when I get crazy, and you know what I mean, like
yeah.
That's why I create my own monsters, and you know, have an idea. I had one that was the elemental assassin, which was a bunch of cultists, you know, summoned this this creature and sent it to assassinate my players. So anyway, and it keeps the players on the edge. But I love this. I love all the different, you know, crazy ideas that, you know, Casey might have in his head, like, oh, this monster, man, you know, I'll grab that and bring it into my game. You know what I mean? And all the other people you mentioned too, you know, like it's just cool because I think we're more, you know, this only works enough and in the parameters of this, but when I you know, bring up something that Casey brings in, I'm like, it's kind of Angelo's cool. He came up I pulled in some of Casey's shit, you know what I mean? And so I love that. I mean, dude, that one kind of blows me away. The Iron, God,
Vestal.
the Vestal, the Iron Maiden dude. That's I should bring it up again right now too. Let me see. We got a bunch of comments coming here. Captain Crunch was a staple of my crew. 90s hackers. Apparently, it was a whistle and cereal box is just a toy prize. Man, I remember the cereal with the toy prizes, dude. I love that as a kid. Yeah, ongoing phone. So yeah. Wow, this is cool seeing you within Facebook too. Wow. Okay. I know who that is. Mr. Fisher. Advanced Fantasy Games, you have a great channel and good people. DM Angelo, glad to be considered a friend. Yeah, dude, you know you are. And can't wait to see you at EggCon. I think I owe you a drink or you owe me a drink. I can't remember. Probably you owe me a drink. No. Back. Irish is back. Mark the Shark just had a fajita, so your food talk is no effect on me now. Irish says, question mark. No one of consequence. By the way, great to see you, dude. BX rules, that's all I use now. Yeah, dude, BX is a great system, man. Currently stealing material from 3E Adventure Red Hand of Doom. I'm not familiar with that one. Oh, and then Agile just gifted 5 members to I recognize this guy. Thank you, Agile. Thank you so much, dude. Seriously. Appreciate it. Immension, DM Dad, Michelle Downs, and Swanner Win 9290. You guys received a 30-day gifted membership from Agile Monk. And go on and check out some of the stuff on there. And welcome to the community. In honor of having Casey on tonight, 5 memberships. Thank you, Agile. Thank you so much, man. Yeah,
that's awesome. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. We really, really do. No one of consequence says, always good to see you, good sir. And always say, a chance I get, your channel is excellent. I'm sure they appreciate what you do. Efforts make. Agile, are you too kind? I'm trying to read these guys. Just please keep coming, sir. Despite all the videos predicting the end of the YouTubers, I have no intention of stopping. Well, don't stop. No one of consequence. And we don't intend on doing it either. And I think the group of YouTubers that we all associate with here, I don't think are going anywhere. So, and you know what I'm talking about. Red Hand of Doom has been converted to 3E, to 4E, and 5E. Okay, I'm probably blanking my mind on what that is. But so I was going to ask you about food. What did you guys eat around the table when you were young and kind of doing your? Because we did marathons. I mean, we started Friday and we ended Sunday when somebody passed out. So what did you guys do?
Well, my mom probably fed everybody.
Like you.
And
that's true. That's true.
But my mom is she's very thrifty. So one of the things that we always laughed about was back in the early 80s, Aldi's was kind of a new thing to the States. And they opened one in our town, and they had their potato chip brand that they were running at the time wasn't their Clancy's brand that they run now. It was called Rodeo Bills. And so it was like, hey, man, pass me a bag of bills. And so they had Rodeo Bills barbecue potato chips. And I imagine they were all cooked in high levels of trans fat at the time. But,
yeah. What was your guys' favorite drinks in those early days? Do you remember?
Well, we would, my group was kind of, I guess that's why all of those shows hit a certain way, like, the It and, Stand By Me, all that stuff. Everybody was kids on bikes, like E.T., all that kind of thing. We would go to the river. We would shoot fish and like carp and take those buckets carp to the fish market in town, sell for 25 cents a pound to this then because they'd smoke them and whatever and do whatever they did with them. Then we take the money, we'd go to Quick Trip and get the big Quick Trip quart sodas for 50 cents.
Yeah.
And blow the rest of our money on the video game machines they had there.
Oh yeah.
When we played D&D with the rest of our Slurpee about 45 minutes later. We eventually figured out that if we took all the money we got from picking berries and shooting fish to we could buy new D&D modules and D&D books. And then So yeah. But so big like the Slurpee, I like the Pepsi. I used to like the Pepsi or Coke flavored frozen frosty drink, whatever they called that they had at the Quick Trip back in the day.
Yeah,
that was my favorite.
Drag says Jolt Cola. I remember when that came out. Yeah, I remember Jolt, man. I don't think we did a lot of clear Pepsi.
I'm not allowed to any of that anymore.
I drink a White Monster a day after a cup of coffee. Yeah. That's what I do. I love White Monster. Should have one, right? And then Diet Coke. I might have one of these every now and then. But back in the day for us, it was Mountain Dew, I think.
Mountain Dew was big too. Oh yeah,
Mountain Dew. What did you guys in the chat put in your
He's got that Pepsi Clear. Greg's has got the Pepsi Clear. I remember that. Pepsi
Clear, yeah. What are some of the drinks you guys had when you were starting out in your D&D career? And I don't want to. I hope you weren't at 8 years old drinking beer. Gross. Angela, I drink black coffee and water.
I know when I was in high school, my mom had a bottle of Paramount vodka in the basement that was 99% water. So.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Growing up, my parents didn't. Well, my stepdad did, but I wasn't a beer person. So he used to drink Budweiser, and my mom didn't drink. But I wasn't really into beer early on. Okay, here we go. Mountain Dew every day. Here we go. Yep, I love it, dude. Yep. Okay, Dr. Pepper. Yep, I love Dr. Pepper. Yep. Mr. Pibb. God, I haven't heard of that word from Lady of Pain. How are you? Good to see you on here. Mr. Pibb, I have not heard of that in Bartles and James wine cooler.
Who had the Sun Country wine coolers that had the actual fruit in them? Anybody ever had that had the real fruit juice?
I don't know what that is.
Oh man. So turns out that if you left that in the basement for 10 or 20 years and then drank it later, it would become considerably stronger because the fruit in it would continue to ferment over time.
Yeah. Mark the Shark says a lot of pizza. Yeah,
pizza.
Pizza was big. Tombstone
pizzas. We got Tombstone sausage and pepperoni.
Oh man, living in Seattle. My first beers were Henry Weinhardt's and Red Hooks, and they were different back then. Brass Monkey says now Crown Royal and Coke or Sprite if we're feeling fancy.
Pinky's out.
I think the original question was like when you started playing D&D. So if you're you're drinking Crown Royal and Coke or Sprite when you started,
yeah, you started in college, yeah.
Okay, maybe you started in college, yeah.
So, I know a lot of people did. A lot of people played in college. Back in those days. In fact, the fellow who ended up marrying my aunt, who's my uncle now, he was friends with my dad. That's how they met. And when somebody was saying something bad about D&D, he's like, "Oh, I played with my friends one time. It's no big deal," because he'd come over and they'd play Risk with my dad.
Yeah.
And then they'd let me in, and then they'd get mad when I'd start clearing the tables. So.
Yeah. Man, those were the days.
Dice. Yeah.
Did you ever were dice? One thing that's funny, like I look back in those days, and there's a couple things that were very rare for me, or rare for us to find was dice and graph paper for some weird reason. And like early 80s. what were some things that now you kind of just like, not take for granted, but like, like, wow, like tough things. I mean, because you talked about like having D&D accessories and modules and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And we all had jobs and ways we made money. I sold walnuts.
Yeah.
I worked at a bird farm. I had a paper route, that kind of stuff.
I don't think I'd ever seen a dice tower in use until I went to Gen Con.
Were they around back early? Because you're right, dude. I don't remember seeing dice towers back in the day.
Dice towers, any kind of dice bowl, all of the dice accessories. They have dice thrones and dice prisons and all kinds of stuff now. That's all like new school stuff that I wouldn't have thought. We had some of the counters, like the little kind of that Reaper came out with way back in the day, where you
I bought
turn counters, because some spells you kind of needed to know what time it was, and if you use the die, you might accidentally roll the die that you were using as your counter, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but I had a few miniatures. I had a pretty decent collection for, I guess, a kid back in the day. My dad was a big model guy, so whenever we'd go to the nice mall in Cedar Rapids, they had like a game thing in the middle. Or actually, and I'll have to dig it out someday. It's in a little, I've got it packed away for safety purposes. But Ralph Partha had that Viking with the horns and the battle axe and the shield, and he's kind of got this pose. And that figure was picked out for me by Gary Gygax at the Dungeon Hobby Shop when I was a little kid. So first time I ever met him, I was just little, and because my aunt and uncle and my cousins lived in Kenosha, and we drive through Lake Geneva to get to Kenosha when we go up to fish at my uncle's place, and I'd be like, "Oh, Dungeon Hobby Shop, we got." And point to it on the road, because you literally drive past it to get out of Kenosha back in the day. And so my old man would be like, "All right, we got 15 minutes." And so we go in, and I was learning about my Viking heritage at the time. And so I was like, I want a Viking, because I read all the books in the school library about Vikings and everything. And, Gary in his way, "Oh, young man, I think I have exactly the right one for you. Right, follow me right now." Takes it over and picks it off exactly. I had no idea that was him, by the way. So
you learn later in life, probably, right?
Yeah. Found out actually it was less than a few days later in Milwaukee, because they had a picture of him because he'd done some book signing or something up at one of like at the Walden Books in Milwaukee, and I was like, "That's the guy that sold me the Viking vid. He's written all of the books that I read. Yeah, he's sold me the Viking mini." So I have to dig that guy out sometime.
Yeah, this is I think I got this over as you're referring to.
Oh,
yeah. I got this, I think at Page, or maybe it was at North Texas last year. I thought it was kind of cool.
3D printed,
keep track of turns or keep track of something.
That's nice.
Got the little, somebody 3D printed these. I don't know who that. Maybe I'll find out who and report it. Some funny comments coming in here. You guys are good. Dreg says he remembers playing in the 80s Monopoly with the D20. I've never, dude, that is freaking hilarious, dude. I would now I want to play Monopoly with a D20. You can flip around the board because what is there? It's 5, whatever. I don't remember. The other thing, this is interesting you bring this up, because this is all we used miniatures for back in the day when it was marching order. I never put out a battle map, or it was all done here. It's funny. Or sketch it on a draw paper real quick. We never use miniatures. It's so funny. No consequence says same here. In my early stage of the game, all we had to do is lead minis in the bare tabletop to show marching order. Yeah, dude, that's so funny. That's so that really changed, didn't it? It really did. Dice bags miniature actual game module is more than one set of dice. And then Drag says, I was going to make fun of Angelo's DM toolkit stream, where he says all you need is a book. It's right here. Books, the core books, dice, paper and pen or pencil. What about chits? Well, if you have dice, what do you need chits for? But I guess if you want to use chits, yeah. That's my answer to your question there, Mr. Dreg. Yeah, chits are great if you want to use them, but if you have dice, use dice. 78T star dice shortage was real. Really? I guess it was. You're actually right. Yeah, maybe that's why it felt like they were really rare for me. I have a copy of the Holmes rulebook with chits still in it. Yeah, I do too. That's pretty funny. Uncut. I'd give a whole lot to have my original dice set back. Man, me too. Jeez. God, I wonder what they would look like. Yeah, in the 90s, I lost all my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeper, that's awesome. Sparky said that was so awesome. I got my 77 Holmes booklet and my 1980 World Greyhawk folio and the gaming right here. All right, show them to us, Greg. We don't believe you.
Man, I every so often when I'm cleaning, moving, whatever, sorting stuff out, I come across it and I immediately lose it again. I have this two pieces of paper stuck together, and one of them is my rejection letter from TSR, and the other one is my rejection letter from Wizards of the Coast, which I received within like a week of each other.
Yeah. Jeez. What is it? That's so that is your more. I guess, I mean,
and you know that one from TSR would be worth so much money right now.
Yeah, you kind of just gave it away. I was going to ask you too. I was going to, what your most, I mean, I don't know if you're a collector or you just got some sentimental value on things.
I tried to be, and I just water curse, it's you get flooded or you get a pipe bust or any of that kind of thing. Basement backs up, just stuff got like lost or destroyed along the way. I'd say probably my deities and demigods, because everybody signed it just about.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. So probably that above all my other stuff, That's I mean, I got a couple of books that Gary signed for me, and I'd say, but most of the stuff I've got that I currently have, it can be replaced. It exists out there in the world,
Yeah.
So I lost my entire bag of miniatures at a second or third Gen Con. I want to say my wife stayed home. Yeah, it would have been right after 2001. Right after it was the Gen Con after September 11th. So the following year, and she was pregnant, so she didn't go. And I had my army storage bag that I bought off the Reaper guys, and it had all of our Reaper painted minis in it that she and I painted together, because we painted minis together. We've painted minis together until our eyes went bad, and left it on the damn bus in Milwaukee, and thought sure that the next time we saw it would be on the news, getting blown up at the Milwaukee airport by the sheriff's department as a potential bomb threat, because you couldn't leave packages anywhere back then. People forget that. You couldn't leave a backpack anywhere, and you really should be on the lookout for that stuff all the time anyways. But so they tell Gary what happens, and he goes, "This is my town. It'll turn up." And I was like, okay. And then we're walking to go eat lunch with him. And as we're walking through the big hall to eat lunch with him, they stopped me at the Reaper table, and those guys are like, "Oh, that's terrible. Here, we don't want to take any of this stuff home." Boof. They give me this box full of minis to replace the ones.
Wow.
And so now I'm hauling along 25 pounds worth of minis under my arm. And as we're walking, somebody hands Gary a bag of Cheetos, I shit you not, and another person hands him a ice cold 12-pack of Mountain Dew.
Wow.
This is just people in the crowd just handing him stuff as we're walking along. And it was like not a big entourage. It was like only 4 or 5 people. And so he's like, "Hey, you probably need one of these." Hands me a Mountain Dew. So I'm drinking a Mountain Dew and I'm carrying these minis. And as we're heading down to lunch, he goes, "You should stop at the information booth and then meet us at the place. I stopped at the information booth, and by God, that bus driver had found my bag of minis and had run them into the convention center and left them at the booth. So then I go back to the Reaper guys and try to give them back all of the minis that they gave me, and they refused.
Wow.
They're like, we don't want to pack them again. Give them out to your players at your tables this weekend. So that's what I did with most of them. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
So there's a whole bunch of great people right there, just all around. Great bus driver, great Gary Gygax story, great Reaper guys. They're awesome. Love them to this day. So
yeah, the gaming community is so cool, man. It really is. It really is. It really is. To the comments here, Agile says, chits were all you could get for about a year and a half. Brass, I'm gonna flag your comment and I'll bring it up in a second. But Jeff Johnson is here. He says, hello all. Good to see you,
hello.
Jeff. Forgetful Paladin. I have never seen you comment, and I wanted to say hello and welcome. Or maybe you haven't, I've missed it. So forgive me, please. But I just want to give a shout out to you and say hello. So that's awesome. This comment from Brass Monkey says, you remember your first dragon you ever saw? I can start out by saying I remember the first one that I fell in love with, and I've showed this on the show a million times, and I'll show it again. And that's issue number 106 of the Dragon magazine.
Oh, yeah.
That is Lady Valshea from Keith Parkinson. That's well, this is probably one of my favorite issues because there's just articles in here I use quite a bit. Doesn't mean that there's other articles that I don't, there's this, but I love this cover because I don't know. She's come to into my dreams a million times.
Yeah.
Lady Valshea. I actually statted her out too. And she was in a campaign as an NPC, maybe once or twice. I don't know, but yeah, my favorite. That's anyways. What about you, Casey?
Oh man. I can't remember the first one that I saw. I know I had a subscription for years. I can think of a few of the covers that I really loved. They had the one with the centaur knight and the walkway is falling away. I'm not sure who did that one. That one was,
oh man,
you know what I'm talking about. The chess one.
I'm trying to picture it. Yeah, maybe somebody in the chat will be able to.
The chess one is awesome, and then
the chess one's cool. Yeah.
Is that also the one that had the shipboard combat rules?
I think so. Yeah,
because I used the hell out of those rules for years. I used them for everything. They were very, very, very helpful. Because our big Greyhawk campaign was it went pretty much from 6th grade all the way till like 11th grade. So
yeah,
quite a while. That campaign went on for a while. We ended up with some pretty high level characters, and so the one the Cavalier, he was from Nyrond, and he was all involved.
Oh, nice.
He was all involved with the war with the Empire, and so the other one he was from one of the forests down there in the kind of the south, and then I had a barbarian who was he was like one of the snow barbarians and that whole thing. So we got to the level where we were able to raise armies and start hordes, and launched multiple attacks on the Empire from various different directions. So,
oh wow, that's so cool! I love
barbarians' job was to conquer the Sea Barons. So they went in kind of like how the barbarians tried to take over the Melnibonians, but with more success.
Wow,
yeah.
Man, that must have been an awesome campaign.
It was great, and we did that before any of the Greyhawk Wars or any of the,
that would have been way
Birthright stuff. It wasn't even out yet or whatever when we were running that kind of stuff. So,
what years are you talking? Not to
this would have been
your age.
We probably would have rounded it out in the like 88, 89.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
we
the gold box was out for sure.
Yeah.
You guys were using the folio gold box, and yeah.
So yeah. So we did have that, but yeah, it was because I was always trying to buy the one in the shrink wrap, but because you couldn't open the shrink wrap and see what was inside, I wouldn't spend the money.
Yeah, I think that's cool, man. That's super cool. Yeah, to some of the comments. Blair, Jeff's here. Poor Oak Charles says, I still have my first Dragon Mag and second, 29 and 31. Dude, that's super cool, man. Super cool. I love Dragon Magazine. I went back and because I lost a lot of my stuff, and I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those book boxes. What are those called? The white boxes that you put magazines in?
File boxes.
They're magazine boxes. So of all the dragons I have now, and I got it's so crazy. I went nuts. I think I'm missing a couple of them, but yeah, that's cool, dude. Poor Orc Child. By the way, good to see you. And yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, having your original stuff, and I lost a lot of my stuff in the night. I mean, when I went to college, I don't have the story of like I played D&D in college, because I did a couple times, but man, college was maybe someday I'll tell you guys about it. It was a big blur.
Yeah.
A big blur for me.
Well, I
graduated with an electronic engineering degree and in robotics and like don't even remember it, but anyways, did a lot of studying. Yeah, whatever.
I think I majored in pool my first year. I was pretty good at pool, and what was that video game, Narc? Yeah, I was pretty good at those. So
she got many a young man through a lonely winter. Oh, you're talking about Lady Valshea, Brass Monkey. Yeah. She's come to me in my dreams many times. Forgetful Paladin says, hey, what's up? It's my first time watching. That cover art is beautiful. Yeah, first time watching, dude. That is super awesome. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the DM and Friends channel, and welcome to the community. Yeah, we all good. There's a lot of good people here. Really is. Blair says my dinner was one of these symbols. I guess that means good. Maybe I should start a channel to teach men with the taste for goth girls how to cook. Sign me up, please. Blair, sign me up. By the way, just so you guys know, Blair has been one of our first and been there since the beginning channel members and subscribers, and been there since the beginning, been on every single chat, and from what I'm gathering has never played an RPG in her life, and will be making it to North Texas, which is a couple more weeks, and going to how would I put this? I was going to say something weird, but going to be playing RPG, tabletop, however you want to describe it.
That's a great convention to do it
for the first time ever.
First time. That's awesome.
Yeah. So those of you guys that will be at North Texas, you will be able to coach and harass her as she picks up a long sword and swings it with the D20. Drake says, oh my God, Cavalier of Naira. Yeah, that's awesome. Wonderful. Desert Penguin. I'm really glad I can say I still have 99% of everything in D&D I have ever bought. Dude, that is awesome. That is super awesome. Coming from somebody that lost all of his stuff and had to go on a RPG auction spree or different gaming stores. Yeah, I had to do all that. So that's awesome, dude. That is super awesome. And good to see you, by the way, Desert Penguin. Poor Rock Child, 11-2. I had all of them after my first two and the last, but I had to sell off the rest. Yeah. Drag Blair says, welcome. Chef's kiss. Get with the program. Okay. I don't. Geez. Woof. Oof. Sorry. Is that a chef's kiss? Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Hey, I'm slow. I'm super slow, man. Casey, I'm glad you got that.
I wrote one of the first D&D cookbooks that nobody
bought. You did. We didn't realize that. So,
It's okay.
So Blair, he's written a D&D cookbook. So
yeah, it was actually for Castles and Crusades, and it was all about preparing your kills. And now they've made cartoons about it and the whole shebang. So what can you do? Yeah, it's
yeah, that's awesome.
It was the Dirty Bob's Roadhouse cookbook. So
there you go.
Troll Lord Games. Yeah.
Put it in the.
I don't even know if it's. I don't think it's in print anymore. I don't think you can find it anymore.
Was it on drive-through at all for PDF?
I'll take a look. Yeah.
And if you do, give me the link. I'll put it in here because that would be super cool. Drag says, yeah, hey, forget Paladins, welcome. Did you know Chaotic Evil is the best alignment? Drag, you are horrible. Lawful Good is the best alignment, okay? How dare you? Mark the Shark says, at some point in my first stint in college, I changed my major to wine, women, and songs, dude. Right there with you. It took me to some very bad places, Mark. Maybe I'll tell you about it someday. Fortunately, it's not available. Agile says Blair rocks. We all love her. We do. We all love Blair. And you know what? Yeah. So she corrected me, and that is true. That's the way we need to coin it because I'm super bad in phrases. But yeah, it's her maiden voyage to North Texas. So that's awesome.
eBay has a copy of it for $39.
Wow.
I think that's more than I got paid for it. So.
Put the name in the private chat and I'll paste it in the chat. People can look for it. Blair says, I'm hoping Chris Clark will let me sneak in his inner city table. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a first fun RPG to play for sure. Desert Penguin, my wife doesn't think it's quite so awesome. We have moved across the country a couple times. Yeah.
I don't see the post in that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you on the other one.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll put it in here. Yes. My wife doesn't think it's so awesome. We have moved across the country a couple of times. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Sorry about that, Desert. Agile Monk does say Chris better let you in. So Chris Clark, if you're listening, Agile Monk has spoken. So you better let Blair into your game, even if you're full. So there you go. Let me see. I'll put this in here. Copy link address.
That blows my mind.
Anybody wants to get it, it's on eBay. You said there's a link for it. I would also take requests. We could all learn new meals together. I like it. I'm not gonna bring your post up, Drag. Chaotic Evil is not a good alignment. Blair says, Agile, you're kind. Jeffrey Johnson says, Dragon Mag issue 134, June 88. Dragons were the basis of the issue with the coolest monster ever. The Were Dragon. Oh, I don't remember that one. I'll have to check that out. That's issue 134. Let me write that down. All right, here, 134. All right, Dragon True. Yeah. Yeah, let's bring up your let's bring up the let me bring up the QR code for your project one more time here. Forgetful Paladin says, it's been a minute since I rolled a Chaotic Evil. Last one got booted from the table. Yeah. It's not very cooperative. Chaotic meaning is very amounts themselves, and evil meaning not very nice for the group of lawful good paladins, which is
that doesn't work. Did have
Chris is back. Yeah, Chris, we were just talking about you, and you need to make room for Blair at your inner city table because this will be her maiden voyage. How my own ventures, so behavior highly frowned upon. Just so you know, such behavior is highly frowned upon. Yes, no self-promotion unless you ask. Just all you gotta do is ask. Okay, cooler than werewolf. Wolfwares. What's a wolfware? Anyways, QR code. Let's bring it up. I squirrel, Casey. You should know that about me. I squirrel on the chat because it's so fun to answer and bring people. I want to make sure that everybody that gets So you guys, what we talked about earlier, those of you guys that are joining late, Dimension Delver's Guide to the Demons and Devils. Tell us a little bit about it really quick. The fun,
all right,
slam dunk version, and why
we got invited to this great collab with the folks from Necrotic Gnome, Gavin and the gang over there, and they're releasing their Demonic Grimoire, which has got all of your favorites in it. It's got your Pit Fiends, it's got all of that kind of good stuff, and so we developed a kind of a Delver's Guide. The idea being we're parallel dimension gaming, and that means that a lot of our adventures are going to take place in different realms, different dimensions, different realities, and that there's going to be a lot of dimension travelers that you're going to encounter in the stuff that we create. So here are some of our denizens of the underworld that you may encounter sooner than you think. I'm a big proponent of getting players and characters into the weird real early in the campaign. So it always seemed like, you had to be 8th level guy, 10th level guy, 12th level guy to get into battling demons and devils and stuff like that, or traversing the underrealms. And I'm like, let's get to it. So we have the on the BackerKit page has a really good kind of rundown of all the different stuff. New magic items, most of them have some sort of adventure or some sort of hook or some sort of use for them as a hook. And then our backer bonuses, you're going to get 4 free PDFs of the Arden's Adventures books, and you're going to get we've also got some tie-in with the Belker's Battlers thing, which is part of the overall Kickstarter. So that has a bunch of they're doing different little die cut wooden monsters to use as miniatures. They're lightweight, easy to take along. They're doing a ton of those. We have a little tie-in with the Iron Labyrinth adventure, and also the high-level adventure against the Hellblasters against the Cyber Fiends. So we have some little BackerKit tie-ins with other product developers and other designers as well. There's a ton of great designers, some really fantastic creators involved in this. And as we've said, once we get to the $4,000 goal, that's our first stretch goal. We're going to release the Zek, which is a super cool monster that was devised by Artem Shakayev, who's our primary artist and idea guy on this one. He came up with a pack of demons and devils for us, and we developed the ones that we like the best. If we get fortunate enough, it's a long campaign. If we're lucky enough to get to the $6,000 goal, that's the one where our backers, people who've already backed, are going to get an opportunity to vote for the one that they want out of the unfinished about half a dozen that he provided us. That didn't get developed to the next level yet. Not because we didn't love them, but because we already reached like over 60 pages and only had so little time. And the fact of the matter is, with printing, with our printer, we're limited at 80 pages. So we're going to give you as much content as we can on this one. And if you guys like it and everybody supports it, we get good reviews and people say, please do more, then we're going to make more Dimension Delvers guides, not necessarily for demons and devils, but we have a lot of unique creatures. He's got a ton of them already developed, and we just started looking for a way to get after them, and get the audience, build the audience from all you folks. So get the word out about Parallel Dimension Gaming. Check out our website. Look for us on all of the socials. We're on about everything. And let's get this going because we've got a ton of great content. We have 4 more books already roaring and ready to go. I think we're going to do the neighborhood haunts next because when we hit the printing schedule, those will actually get into people's hands before Halloween, so they'll have some nice haunted adventures in Shadow Dark.
Oh, that's a really good thing to talk about too. Yeah, it's fulfillment when it's and by the way, you guys, this is if you see where my finger's at, this is the QR code. You guys are $40 away from your first stretch goal. This is the QR code. Check it out and see everything that he's talking about on this. It looks really cool. I backed it. So,
we have a bunch of free content on our webpage as well that you can go get off of Drive-Thru. Go check it out because we love games. We'll support anything, honestly, and that's not like in a weird way, like, oh, we're like desperate to whatever. No, whatever the game is developed for or written in natively, that's what we're gonna do. I mean, it's sad 5e is basically dead, but we've got. We do some OSC, some Shadow Dark. I'm thinking that at some point I'll do omnibus of our best stuff for Castles and Crusades because I can write to that pretty easily. Not all of these are going to be backer kits. Not all of them are going to be Kickstarters. A lot of them are just going to go print on demand because people can get what they want. And we just want to give you the content that you crave. I'm a big believer in giving folks the content they love that loves them in return, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. This is part of the Old School Essentials month, which on BackerKit, kind of like last month was Mega Dungeon month. This is Old School Essentials month, and 25 more days left in this particular project. Looks like, and you guys are moving along. Moving along for sure.
I think JJ, we talked about that earlier. With the OSC stuff, it's running off of the newest license is my best answer to that because I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of difference, but I know that they've released their own license, and so we're running off of that. I think that's kind of what the main difference is. I could be wrong, but a lot of the companies, Goodman, everybody, they're pretty much done with the dealing with all of the shenanigans that Wizards tried pulling a couple years ago. So they've all got their own licenses and agreements. So
and JJ Lom, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on.
Later.
Great question. Great question. Irish Viking says we totally need to chat, Casey. So get a hold of him. I put the link to the website in there. There's a way to contact you there, right?
Yeah. We're all on there. So in some way, shape, or form, it'll go to somebody that'll get to me. So
I hope you do that. Go on there. Don't forget to get on there and I mean, Casey might look a little scary, but he's a really nice guy. So the
meanest thing
he's here to help. He's definitely here to help. Not blowing smoke up you.
The meanest thing anyone said to me was that I looked like another really nice guy. So
I love it. So, and let me see. Thank you for that comment, Irish Viking. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome podcast. Appreciate it. Blair Blur says, "Holy cow! It's already 9:30. I'm off to bed. Good night, fam. Be well to you all." Thank you, Blair. Appreciate it. And see you on the next one. Let me see what we got here. Well, we've been babbling for almost 2.5 hours.
Oh man, I know. I got to work tomorrow. So.
Oh, do you really? Yeah, I do too. Casey, good luck on this. And
Hey, we'll all see that video probably within the next 24 hours. I have a good vibe for that. Would love to have got it done tonight, but that's okay. So just follow us on our socials. Hit up all of our stuff. I believe our X is PDG RPG. So Yeah, PDG RPG on that, Parallel Dimension Gaming on your Facebook and the other metaverse thing, the Instagram. So
yeah, if you put that in Google, Parallel Dimension Gaming, everything will probably
it'll
come
all
up.
come up.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, and I put the link in here, and I'll also put it in the show notes for you guys to check out. So, it's
And when you see the videos, if you like the videos, you can probably hire us to do silly videos too, because I'm busting into my voice acting skills now.
whoa,
Such as they are.
Yeah, you guys. So, so Casey, thanks for coming on and talking
Absolutely.
about this.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
and like I said, good
Absolutely.
luck on this. I'll be watching it closely, and we'll definitely get you back on here again.
I can't wait to come a little bit later this summer and try to sell everybody our forest adventures or our neighborhood haunts. One of the two. Neighborhood haunts would be fun to talk about because it's based on some real frights. So,
before we close real quick, guys, I want to give a couple little shout outs like I normally do on the show. Well, first of all, I put together this cool little thing from all the members. I just want to give shout outs to all of our lords, superheroes, and heroes. And I know there's a couple more that were added tonight, so I'll make sure they get added for the next one. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it, guys. And also and part of membership too, guys, I should mention this because maybe some of you guys don't know this. Every month, just for shits and giggles, I give away I have so many modules that I want to pass on, play copies that I have. So I this month is B3 play copy of B3. So at the end of the month and on I think the last Thursday of the month, when the whole gaming group gets on here and we talk about the campaign and just shoot the breeze for a while, I'll roll a dice.
Inspirations.
Yeah, I'll roll a dice. Oh yeah. I'll roll a dice, and whoever that is will get this, and I'll ship this to you for free. So kind of a cool thing. So I just want to make sure everybody knows it's B3 this month. I think last month was this one, which I still have because I'll be handing this to the winner at the con coming up. I think it was Assassin's Knot. So this month is B3. So anyways, thank you guys. So that's just my little give back to the members of the channel. So we'll definitely do that soon. So I appreciate you guys. The other thing I do want to just bring up, because I do it on every show and I do it a couple times because I really want to make sure everybody knows about this. If you're going to AgCon, Agile Monk has partnered with Heidi Gygax and Eric Garland for complimentary badges for veterans. So get a hold of him, Agile Monk at iCloud.com. That'll be in the show notes too. So if you know a veteran that is in need of a badge for AgCon, get a hold of him and he will work that out for them. So that's there. And AgCon, you'll be at AgCon, right?
No.
Oh, you won't. Okay.
No, I don't make a lot of cons, but
you don't make a lot of cons. Okay.
I'm trying. I think I'm going to be at the I think it's Conquest in Waterloo, Iowa in July.
Okay.
July. And that's with the guys from Total Party Kill invited me up to go visit that. They're hometowners, so that's my hometown, and so I'll be at that one. North Texas, we'll talk probably tomorrow about that. But I'm planning on going to North Texas at least for a couple days. But there's some things up in the air about that because my art show's opening is also the same night as the thing, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I do want to come down because there's just too many folks down there that I miss dearly, and a lot of them I'm worried that I'm not going to see him again because we're all getting that age, you know.
My favorite con is North Texas. I'll be there. I'll be there running Boot Hill and hanging out and, you know, walking around with my live streaming and camera and talking to everybody in the world. Yeah. And then I'm also at AidCon 2, AidCon 3, I guess.
Yeah. That's AidCon as well.
AidCon as well. Yeah. Yeah. Heidi and Eric asked me to be a special guest there. So
that's awesome.
I'm going there, which is really, I'm very honored.
Yeah.
So yeah. Jalom, and let me see who somebody just asked in the stream. Yeah. B3. Yeah. B3 is it. And yeah, that's for this month, B3. And a giveaway. Yes. Asher Lindman. Yes. Every month I do that here. It's fun. All right. Well, everybody, thank you guys so much. Love you all. Casey, again, thank you, dude. And awesome. we'll chat after this. You guys all take care, man. You know, keep rolling the dice and take care of each other. And God bless. And
friends, man. Absolutely.
Till next one. And next one is going to be, we'll have Pacesetter Games. Bill Barsh will be on here this coming Thursday. We're going to talk about, I'm going to dig into his D&D cartoon modules. I really want to hear about some of that. He's got some other things we're talking about too, but I love Bill. Really
He's a good
super
guy.
Cool dude.
Great guy.
Super cool guy. Really fun guy to talk to. So he'll be on Thursday. So, and also my video about chalk, the use of chalk in old school is coming out tomorrow. So, anyways, love you all. You guys all take care.